Moneyweb now. On the money.
This podcast is brought to you by Stanlib Asset Management. Invest in more certainty to navigate volatile market conditions. Chatting now with Sumarie Greybe. She is co-founder at Naked Insurance. Sumarie, appreciate the early morning time. You've been doing analysis of your clients, looking at young drivers under 28s from 2022-23 through to the current 25-26 years. What's changed most in what the younger drivers are driving today from your data analysis?
Good morning, Simon. It's really nice to be here this morning. And it's quite interesting. The young drivers are still going, of course, for the more affordable cars, the reliable cars. But we've definitely seen a shift in the type of vehicles that they are insuring on our insurance platform. I don't think it will be a surprise for anyone that the VWs, especially the Polos, are still top of the pops. But we have seen a significant shift in the sense that second is now that they're looking at the Suzukis as a very affordable option, and that's been very interesting for us.
I stop at a robot in Johannesburg, and there's going to be another Suzuki at that intersection, almost guaranteed. But it does tell us that, notwithstanding, VW is still there, but we're seeing a bit of sort of, I don't know, brand loyalty, perhaps. I don't want to say breaking. That seems a bit extreme, but certainly maybe creaking at the edges.
Yeah, definitely. But I think it is to be expected because, for example, if you look at Suzuki Swift 1.2 GL, that is 30% cheaper than your VW Polo Vivo. And I think with the financial pressures that all of us, and especially young people, are under, and given that this is like such a big asset for them to buy and such a big expense, it makes sense that loyalty shift will happen. And we're definitely seeing it happening in our data.
And that then kind of plays into my next question, which was what you do see is that they are prioritizing comprehensive insurance. This is a more expensive insurance, notwithstanding cost pressures. But I suppose there's two sides to that. There's cost pressure on your budget. Comprehensive is expensive. But as you've just said, this is a big asset that they've just bought. When you're, in your early 20s, your vehicle is much of what you own. You want to insure it. So it is that trade-off. And in many senses, the trade-off is, let's protect it.
Yeah, we were actually expecting to see more people opting for third party only, but we definitely haven't seen that. We've actually seen a slight increase because almost everyone universally go for the comprehensive cover. Yeah. But we've seen that little bit of even an increase over the last while in terms of people picking comprehensive car insurance, and that they're actually trying to use other methods to try and reduce their premium that they're paying for their comprehensive cover, like flexing their excess. So, it has really been interesting. And I think the other thing that we have been seeing is that instead of reducing cover, they've actually even been increasing cover, because we offer something called shortfall, which cover the gap between what your insurer will pay you and what your loan amount is with your bank. And we've seen actually an increase in the number of young people taking that, with 1 in 5 people with us opting to actually add that cover on, which is much higher than it was a couple of years ago.
And this is younger people, and to be clear, I'm on the other end of the age spectrum. And when I was getting insurance, when I was getting insurance in my 20s, I just took insurance. I didn't read policies or T's and C's. This is young folks saying, hang on, I can push up my excess. I can maybe drop the car hire benefit because I could Uber or something like that. And taking that shortfall cover, it's them being very smart about this insurance and working it properly, which is what they, this is what we wish for them to do.
No, it's actually really a great thing to see. And I think the younger generation think very differently about these things. Like you said, in our day, you did what your dad told you to do or your mom told you to do and didn't really think about it. But with how much education material is available online, and Naked actually has a very big drive to try and educate our customer base. We see our young customers engaging with that and actually making the right decisions, which I think is really impressive.
Yeah. No, insurance is important. Being smart about insurance is also important, and it's great to see people doing both. Absolutely. We'll leave it there. Sumarie Greybe, co-founder at Naked Insurance. Appreciate the early morning time. This podcast is brought to you by Stanlib Asset Management. Invest in more certainty to navigate volatile market conditions.